Hey guys, so this commentary is just gonna be a little something to enlighten you guys and show you something that I found on Twitter. I actually saw this post come from Jay Bowman, I think. He made a video about this, so I just wanted to give him some credit. Um, the post comes from Bush Off, and he states that we have found credible evidence in the game coding to show that Black Ops 6 is technically a security threat. Now, look at this. He is tweeting out that he has found evidence of the malicious intent that Activision is putting on its users in the game coding. And I just want to clarify right now I have no expertise in cybersecurity, AI, zero expertise in that field. I have a degree in business management with a minor in finance. So when it comes to cybersecurity, I have absolutely little to no knowledge. So if somebody can run through the screenshots and tell me exactly what is going on in the screenshots, I'd love that because when I just go to Google and when the common sense individual looks at this, it kind of looks like that Activision is spying on its users. And what I mean by that is after seeing this tweet, right, that Bushoff put out, we actually can see the actual coding in the game files, and it says NVIDIA camera 64.dll or something like that, right? And when I went to Google, right, it stated that that was a specific line to monitor people's webcams. Now, call me crazy, but monitoring people's webcams sounds like something that happens on the dark web, if I'm not mistaken. So, if that is happening in a Call of Duty game, there is definitely some cause for concern because if that's what they're doing to your webcam, what else are they doing to your system? Now, I also saw a comment on Jay Bowman's video, and I'm going to put it on screen for you now as well. This person says that apparently, when you uninstall the game, this line of coding is impossible to get rid of. So it will stay on your PC, apparently, unless I think you factory reset it, which is just crazy. The fact that Call of Duty will install a file on your system that doesn't go away unless you factory reset your system, that's a little outrageous. And I just wanted to show you guys this because this is a legitimate security concern. If people have access to your hardware without you knowing, and apparently I think they even have access to your Discord messages, guys, like that should not be okay. That should be very illegal. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, and I remember a comment in my video recently. It was my first commentary that I did, and some person said that if there was proof of skill-based damage, it would be embedded in the game's coding. And there was actually another comment on that same video backing that claim up, saying that it would be in the game files somewhere and we would be able to track it. Well, here's the evidence, guys. Here's the evidence that Activision clearly has access to your webcam. It's not even close. It said it in the Google screenshot. So now, obviously, I'm not saying whatever is on Google is correct, but if it's saying that this line of code is specific to monitor your webcam, especially your hardware, then that's malicious, guys. That is definitely malicious. And why would they just have access to your Discord messages? Why would they need access to your Discord messages? That makes no sense. It makes no sense, guys. Now, I'm just going to let you guys form your own opinion on this, but I also wanted to bring up another point. We have actually seen evidence of skill based damage, and it's not in the way that you think in Black Ops 6. We've actually seen evidence in 2021. And do you guys know what came out in 2021? It was the anti cheat. Yes, Ricochet. The anti cheat released when I think Caldera released in 2021. That was when Vanguard was the multiplayer that released. Now, when Caldera came out, right? The anti cheat was effective. Cheaters really did slow down a bit, but the way they started handling them after the anti cheat was integrated, because I wasn't seeing this first when the anti cheat was integrated, but eventually the anti cheat developed a system where it would make the cheaters have ghost bullets or take excessive fall damage, or they would just get hit with like blood registration like out of nowhere and just die. Like if you go look up Joe Woe's clip of this anti-cheat being used against him, and I'm sorry, against a cheater when he was playing against him was very popular. It's a very popular clip. I highly recommend you go look it up. Just type in Joe Woe anti-cheat clip. It should come right up. He was on top of Caldera, right? And this cheater lands on him, right? And he's realizing that when he's getting shot from this cheater, the bullets aren't registering. So he's actually seeing blood splatter come up on his screen, right? But the bullets aren't doing any damage. So that is an actual thing in the game. You can't tell me it's not. You could go find it somewhere in your game coding. You could go find it somewhere in your game files, right? But it's definitely in the game. The fact that the anti-cheat is doing it, it's in the game, okay? So if it is making cheaters do things in real time that alters their game, like ghost bullets, right? Then they could have easily been testing that to use on the actual player base. Because why wouldn't that just been integrated first with the anti-cheat? Why did we wait a little while to see that? Because I'm telling you, when Ricochet first came out, when Ricochet first came out, that was not a thing. I can tell you that right now. Go look up the Joe Woe clip. That is the actual best evidence of skill-based damage one can see. But nobody pays attention to it because it was a cheater shooting him. Think about that. Just think about that. It's a little scary. It could have been a dummy test run. That could have been a dummy test run to use on us. I'm just throwing that out there. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me what you want. I have no evidence to back that up. But that's just something that I would think is a pattern, because why would we see all these hit reg issues now after we saw that implemented with the anti-cheat, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But when we obviously look at this game, it's incomplete. It's not polished at best. So I don't think any of these codings are going to change the fact that the quality of the game is shit. It really is, you know? And I'm not excusing it by any of means. Like, by all means, I am not excusing it. Please do not get that mistaken. Like, oh, it's just frustrating. Like, why are they doing this? Like, why are they doing this? Why can't they just go back to the gameplay we have on screen right now? There's no crazy matchmaking system at play. Classic prestige. And another thing I want to mention is the voice comms, guys, okay? They have store bundles with literal weed unicorn dildos and fucking pot and shit and all these drugs. But why can't we curse at each other in game chat? Explain that to me. You know, the lobbies have no life because nobody can talk. Nobody can talk to each other. That's why the lobbies have no life. The lobbies are boring now. You want to know why Search and Destroy was so popular in Modern Warfare 2019? There was no AI voice chat. There was none. Even in Modern Warfare 2, it was pretty popular. Marksman was playing that game a lot. A lot. And there was no, you know, I would say that's when Modern Warfare 2, that's when the comms bans really happened in that game. But it wasn't to this extent. It wasn't to this extent. Like, once you say damn or fuck in this game, it's over with. You're banned. It's over with. At least in MW 2022, like, you had some options. You didn't get chat banned right away. But I could be remembering that wrong. But that's how it was. And if we're just digressing, if we're regressing, I don't know if digressing is a word, I'm sorry, but if we just keep regressing, this franchise is gonna die. And you can obviously see that in the 40% player base drop on the Steam charts. It's 39%. Oh, and apparently, Call of Duty is not the only thing tanking. Yeah, Apex Legends, I see you slipping slowly. It's a gradual slip with a few peaks in between for sure, but you're slipping slowly but surely. And if this doesn't show you that corporate greed will kill you slowly over time, especially in this industry, because you gotta get it. You gotta understand what industry you're in here. Video games is a thing that people use to escape the corporate world, right? Used to it, you use video games to escape, right? All the bad shit that's going on in your life, whatever it is, work, family, relationship issues, whatever you got going on. That's what video games is there for. It's there to take the edge off. It's there to replace pot and weed and drugs and alcohol and gambling. It is a focal point of relaxation and free time. And when you're trying to push your corporate greedy bullshit agenda that doesn't work in people's face for 5 years, you lose 50%, almost 50% of your player base within 2 months of your game releasing. Okay? And if that is just if that doesn't show you that that's proof that eventually people will wake up, I feel bad for your shareholders, because when that shareholder meeting comes through and they're asking why is the retention down and why are the sales from the store down because nobody's playing the game, you have to explain it's because you have so much manipulation going on in the background to protect a certain 2-3% of your player base that it actually costs you 50%. So you trying to allocate for 2-3% of your player base out of greed costed you 50%. Think about that. Think about that. That is what we've came to here. That's what we've come to. That's what we've come to. Activision trying to save 2-3% on their bottom line, implementing SBMM and all this garbage that doesn't even work, costed them 50% player retention almost on the Steam charts. And you know that correlates to other consoles as well. Guys, I'm out of time. I'm just going to end it on that note. If that doesn't prove this game's going in the gutter, I don't know what will. Peace. Enjoy your new year.